Have you ever felt so overwhelmed and crushed by your situation that you can't imagine a way out? In those moments we wonder where God is and why we've been left to fight this battle alone. It's crippling to realise you're not in control and you can't solve your troubles. Despite how you feel, God sees your trials. He knows you are suffering. He isn't distant, He comes close. But do we recognise God and see Him as He truly is? There was a moment when Jesus' disciples were in a boat in the middle of a lake during a huge storm in serious trouble. It wasn't their fault they were struggling. Jesus sees they're in real danger and starts to walk on water towards them. Imagine pouring rain, howling winds, physically exhausted and scared for your life. Then you think you see a ghost walking towards you. Their whole world in that moment was defined by fear and panic. Jesus calls out to them, "Don't be afraid, take courage, I am here." God knows the storms you are going through. He sees the terror and distress and says to you, "Don't be afraid, take courage, I am here." How can we not be afraid? How can we have courage in the midst of disaster? The key is knowing who is with you. This is God who says, "I am here." In His presence, we don't need to fear because there's no obstacle He can't overcome, no problem too big for Him. Knowing that God stands with you gives you courage, that He can do the impossible and bring calm despite the chaos around you. The key is Him. Peter was one of Jesus' friends who talked first and thought later. He said, "If it's really you, tell me to come and meet you on the water." He knew he had to be close to Jesus. He wasn't going to let the storm keep him from being close to God. What about you? When God says He's close to you, do you run and hide and push Him away? Or do you choose to accept Him and pursue after Him? Incredibly, Peter actually started to walk on water, but then he let doubt creep in. He looked at the wind and the waves instead of focusing on Jesus. He realised he was out of his depth. What on earth was he thinking, that he could walk on water? And he began to sink. The Bible says, fix your eyes on Jesus. When you and I stop looking at Him and look at our troubles, we too start to sink and realise we're out of our depth. But if we can focus on Him, we can know His perfect peace and calm in the midst of disaster and chaos. Too often we let Jesus down and don't trust Him as we should. We can regret the way we've responded to different situations. He may even ask us the probing question, "Why did you doubt me?" Sometimes it's good to have an honest reflection of what was it that led us away from Jesus and meant we trusted in ourselves, sinking as a result. Yet even when we take our eyes off Him, God is still ready to save us. Jesus reaches out and pulls us close to Him. He doesn't leave us alone. Maybe the next time you are struggling, it's time to look for where God is on the move, to make the decision to be completely and utterly devoted to following Jesus.